In this video, I am going to talk about Angular Material pagination, how to set up a pagination in your Angular application. So if you look at the pagination, item per page 5 to 10, and then you can do a next page, previous page, last page, and something like that. So how you will do in your project, okay, this feature in your project. So let's try to understand these things in a detail. Okay, so first thing is that in the documentation you need to go follow the documentation. So in your documentation, in the Angular material.angular.io /component /table /overview, something like that, and here everything you will understand. If you look at and try to understand from here documentation, then you can understand very easily. Click here the pagination, and the pagination related stuff is available in the documentation. Okay, so basically to paginate the data, tables data, add mat paginator after the table. So mat paginator you have to use. It's okay. Let's click here the view code so that you will understand. Here you can notice one line you have to add, which is the mat paginator and the page size option. So this is basically a array in the page, what means in per page how much data you want to show, you have to define. So user can select like 5 data, 10 data, 20 data, like that. So this 5, 10 or 20 is coming because you have provided the option to users, and this is here 5, 10 and 20. And sometimes what happen, you done the pagination, but if you notice, then you find that last page or previous page is not available. Why? Because you have not used this attribute, which is the show first last button. So make sure to use this directive provided by the Angular material. Use this show first last button like that. Then this two button will come, otherwise the next button and previous button will become. Last or first will not come. Okay, so only thing you have to do, right? Okay, let's look at in my code how I did these things. Not only that, see, I forget to tell you that it's okay, but in in the TS file you have to do another thing as well, which is the mat paginator. You have to import the mat paginator in your application in your TS file. So in your TS file you can notice mat paginator. It's okay. Now mat paginator and mat data source you have to do, because in the new mat data source, periodic element, these things you need to write. It's okay. So in the, and you can notice that @view child mat paginator, whatever name you want to provide, and here the mat paginator. You have to do these things. Okay, so you have to do these things, and then in ng after view init you have to do like this. That's it. That's it. You only need to do these things. Okay, repeating once again. So in the HTML, what you have to do, you have to use mat paginator, and then second in the TS, what you have to do, first you import it mat paginator, and since you are using a material data table and you have set up these things, then mat table source data you have already done, so it's okay. And here view child mat paginator, this line of code you need to add, and then ng after view init. That's it. Let's look at my code. You can notice that if you will go in the task component.ts, then you can find that mat table data source, see because of the material data I am using, so first I have to do it is necessary, and then here you can notice the paginator, mat paginator, and then you can notice here the view child, same thing, whatever as for the documentation reference we have done these things, mat paginator. Now view ng after view init. In this here we have done the same thing. Okay, here we have done the same thing. Okay, but you have noticed that why this type of code, if condition and lots of stuff here. Why not simply I have done these things like this data sort dot paginator is equal to this paginator. See, if you will do these things, then the pagination will be happen, but how this will be happen? Here you will get an entire data once, and then on that data you will do a pagination. So it is a static, it is not a dynamic. It means if I will do here the 10 page 10 number of data, then I am displaying the 10 data, and this data comes from the database. It is the real time, not I am getting all the data and then after that doing a pagination. It's not like that. That's why see, this is for the static. That's why the code is look like in this way from the documentation. But in my case, I have do in a certain way. So if you look at this, you can if you look at this if condition, and then we have called one method, and on that method we have done certain something else. Okay, in my case, if you will go to the task component.html, then you can notice here we have used a made paginator, same thing, but page size option here, instead of providing the array, here we have provided a variable, and basically in this particular variable we have an array. So if you look at this pagination setup, if I will go here and look at the pagination setup, you can notice that page limit option 2, 5, 10 is available. Why 2, 5, 10 is available? Because you want to display 2, 5 or 10, and if you want to display 20, it means per page 20 data. If you want to provide the option to your user, then you have to do these things. So this is the variable, and instead of writing the static array, we have done the dynamically. So sometimes it's required to change from the setting, and suppose user want to set how much, suppose one project have a admin panel, and on that admin want that the page in the data, the page limit should be number of items should be 2, 5, 10, 20, or maybe only 5 or 10 something. So they will also set, and you can make it dynamic in the future. That's why there is a scope for making it dynamic. That's why we have used just a variable. If needed, we can get this detail from the database, and based on that we can do these things. It's okay. So now you understand how the pagination will be set up. In the next video, we will discuss how you can make it dynamic, or real-time pagination.